time we're in a regional, but the 11th, I think that we're posted. Is that right, Tony?
Like that.
But
11, 12.
yeah, but to be here for 11 years in a row just is unreal. We're excited about it. I think this is one of the toughest roads we've ever had to go through. Major respect for the three other schools. I've known Julie a little bit from Fairfield, see her at the convention, stuff like that. I've emailed with her. First time we've ever played them. Upstate, they're like another SEC school to us. This is 3 times for them here. And then Washington, I'm very, very happy that they're here. Heather is one of the only 2 Pac-12 schools. When we wanted to play, she said absolutely, and she said we'll do home and away. And I know the year that they came here, we were number 1 in one poll. They were number 1 in another poll, and it was an unbelievable atmosphere. And we got to go to Seattle, the next year. Just a great trip out there, but to have a Pac-12 here is really exciting for us.
Thanks, Coach. Haylie, if you could just talk about playing at home and playing against Fairfield.
Sure. Obviously, we're really thankful to be in this position that we are. To host a regional is something that we never want to take for granted as a university, and I think that we've prepared all week for 3 really good teams. Washington's obviously come out of the Pac-12, and we've seen what their offense can do, and they have a lot of different things that they can throw at you pitching-wise. With Upstate, they've been here 3 years in a row, and we're really familiar with them. They're just like playing another SEC school, like Coach Murphy said. And then with Fairfield, they're going to come out with nothing to lose. It's their first NCAA appearance, and we're really excited to have them here. So it's going to be a fun weekend for sure.
Alexis, same thing?
I think it'll be a fun weekend to finally host a regional, and coming in as a freshman, it's a great opportunity and quite an experience. The other 3 schools that are here, Washington, Fairfield, and Upstate, they're all 3 really good schools, and it's kind of like a great opportunity for all of us to see them, and as a freshman, like coming in, and I've never seen either one of the schools, so I think it'll be a great experience for me.
All right, thank you, everyone. We'll go ahead and take questions for Coach or either one of the student athletes. Or Haylie.
Alexis, what has this experience been like for you? I don't mean this week, but freshman year of college softball, and you come around the first week of SEC and you get the ball on a Friday, and kind of, be put in that position and just going through all this as it's going.
I'm really thankful for all the opportunities that I've gotten this freshman year, and like being able to experience what it's like to be out there. And our fans are amazing. They make you feel so welcomed, and I just really love the family atmosphere that we have here, and this freshman season has been amazing and awesome.
Did you expect to be in this position?
I don't know. I knew I had to work to get my spot, so.
Could you imagine this kind of success that you've had this year, that you could go out there and just kind of dominate for a while?
Well, I mean, I just knew I had to work hard, so, I mean, there's a lot that can happen, so it just depends on what kind of work ethic you put in.
Heather, did you expect her to be what she's been?
Well, pitching is the absolute toughest spot to judge. And we saw her as like a sophomore, and she looks really good then. But how do you start to? Well, as a freshman, she's going to do this, and as a sophomore, you can't do it. So you pray that number 1, she stays healthy, she continues to get better, because usually the sophomore to junior year in summer ball is the jump that they need to make. And every time we go to see her, she strike out 12 to 15, just do really well. Her demeanor has always been my favorite part of her game, because she has a poker face. I don't know where she gets it from, whether it's her mom or dad or her summer ball coach or high school coach, I don't know, but her demeanor is incredible. And so we weren't worried about that part, because there's some pitchers that come in, as soon as they get hit, they lose it. And you wouldn't know if she's getting beat 4-0 or winning 4-0. And I know her teammates appreciate that. There's steady Eddie. It's just, one time, I don't know who said it, but one time, I think it might have been after a no-hitter, and somebody said, "Lexi, you can smile. You did really good today." I think we got the first smile out of her freshman year, but we knew she was going to be good, but you know, you just never know. First team All-SEC in the freshman of the year, that's pretty good.
Haley, I'm sure you faced her many, many times. Apart from the demeanor, just the stuff, she's not throwing 71. What makes her so effective?
But she doesn't have to throw 71, and I think that's pretty awesome. I mean, she spins the ball so well. The pitches, I mean, you can argue with Chauncey, but I think I have the best view from center field when she's throwing, and just to see the kind of spin she puts on her ball, how well she locates it as a freshman, that's something that's very rare to see in any conference. So what she's been able to do is nothing short of incredible. The way she spins it, the way she spots it, it's really awesome.
Alexis, where do you get your poker face from?
I'd say probably from both my parents, but I think over the years I've just learned not to let anything affect me on the mound, whether it's a home run, hit, walk, whatever.
What makes your rise ball so effective?
Just practice over the years and just throwing it over and over until I finally got it right.
Haley, was there a moment, whether it was preseason or what, that you kind of saw a glimpse of what Alexis could be this year? Was there kind of an eye-opening spot?
Yeah, I think South Alabama, and I think was it the first game of the Georgia series? That was kind of when, I mean, she dominated all preseason, but then to really get in conference and face the first really powerhouse team that we'd faced up to that point, and she absolutely shut them down. And then it only got better from there when she shut down Auburn. But I think that Georgia series was when we all were kind of like, okay, this kid's, she's here, she's for real, she's ready to play. And that was pretty awesome to shut down a high-powered offense like Georgia. It was incredible.
Talk about her poker face, but what's she like, kind of locker room at the team with her teammate?
I think she's always got a poker face on, but she's one of the best teammates that I've ever had in 3 years, and I've only got 1 year with her, and we get a whole nother one. So, but she's fun to be around. She's a great kid on and off the field, and one thing that's really rare as a pitcher, she's kind of been thrown into the spotlight, but she's never changed. It's always, I've got to go to work. I need to work hard to be better. I still need to get better. She's never been complacent one day that she's been here, and I think that's something that's really incredible as a freshman.
Patrick, how did she react the first time you handed her the ball on a Friday SEC series? And at some point, you communicated to her one way or another that you're the one we're counting on to be the Friday night and sometimes Sunday pitcher.
No different. I remember we played at South Alabama, and the bases were loaded in the bottom of the sixth, and we were losing 1-0, and 1 out, I think. And I go out and I said, I got good news and bad news. I said, good news is, congrats, this is your first appearance in the Alabama uniform. I'm really excited for it. The bad news is, bases are loaded and there's 1 out. And Danae comes in and says, get used to it. He did it to Sydney all last year. So that was like a smile. And then I think she struck out both batters, and we win the game 2-1, and she shuts them down. But then I think the first SEC was at Ole Miss. And we really could have flipped a coin at that time with all three pitchers because all of them were doing really well, and all three shut out Ole Miss. So we had the same performance from all three. But I think during the week before, she just had really consistent outings, and that's why I went. And they had never seen her, so it was something different. And against Georgia, she had given up a home run, and it was really the only time that I really kind of got in her face. And it wasn't that bad, but she sat down 18 in a row to end the game, and that to me was the eye opener.
So you're gonna get in her face before she starts this weekend?
I don't know. I hope I don't have to.
We'll see.
Haley, I just wondered, I don't know if you've seen Fairfield, they were just here. They kind of have a wide-eyed kind of experience coming here and seeing this place. It's like, do you see that? Have you seen them? Do you notice any of that?
I haven't had a chance to see them or talk to any of them, but I'm sure that, my first practice in this stadium with it, not full at all was eye-opening, so I'm sure that a lot of us can understand what they're feeling, it being a first time in a regional, but like I said, they're going to come out with nothing to lose. So, I mean, they know what our stadium's like now. They've had a chance to practice on it. They don't really know what our fans are going to be like, but I don't think you can really prepare for that. So, but it's like they're going to have nothing to lose. So we're going to have to come out, you know, ready to play from the very beginning because they want to win this game and they're here because they've proven that they can win. They came through a good conference and they're going to want to beat us.
For Coach Murray, what's it like? Is it gratifying to know that this is the place where people come and like, can't believe they're here?
I think it's really cool. I watched some of their videos after they were selected, and they were, you know, in a restaurant watching Selection Sunday, just like us. And you know, the one young lady said, you know, she's almost crying, and she said, you know, we'd go home after our season was over and didn't get into regionals, and I'd be sitting on the couch watching Alabama at the World Series, and now we get to go to Alabama and play Alabama in regionals. It's like a dream come true, and I think that's really cool. And I think, you know, I always want to make the NCAA special. You know, this should be a special time, especially it's their first time. So we want to make it special and make it feel like an NCAA tournament, which everybody in the tournament involved needs to. And I think it's cool that they get to do it here. And I hope our fans, you know, hope we have 3,900 and they get to experience that. And obviously I want to win. So I hope they go home and have a great experience.
Hallie, how do you kind of counter that, though? I mean, for you, this is kind of old hat. You've been here every year, you're doing this, you expect it, you know, almost. So what's this like kind of fighting against that a little bit where you know, you don't let them take advantage of that?
Well, I think that starts from the top with Murph, and he always tells us to respect the opponent no matter who we're playing. And I think for us that we just need to take the approach of, you know, we're playing with freshmen it's their first time here too. You know, it's not just us old veterans that have, you know, done this for the past 3 years. And just taking it from a humility standpoint, you know, we're still going to have to beat these 3 teams in this regional to get past it. So you can't take anything for granted because all we're guaranteed is tomorrow. All we're guaranteed is practice today. So, I mean, you can't really let I've been here before kind of get to your head. And Coach Murphy doesn't really let us do that. So.
Alexis, who all offered you the major ones, and why did you choose Alabama?
I got an offer from some Pac-12 schools, but this was the furthest school that I've had to travel to, and I committed here because I fell in love with it. I love the family atmosphere that was here. Just being around the girls, they're so genuine and so helpful. They're all just so loving to me, and I couldn't ask for a better place than here.
What are your expectations of what this time of year is like?
Well, I expected it to be very competitive at this time, and like working hard and like being a go-getter. So.
Are you excited about pitching? You never are excited about it. Are you excited about
Very
pitching?
excited. Very excited and focused.
This is her excited look.
That's about excited as she gets.
You ever just let loose and just show some emotion? Get emotion?
Yes,
there's
she gives
a fist bump.
She gives the fist pump. That's when we know we're going good when she gives the fist pump.
Alex, dumb question, I guess, but have you ever played cards, or you know, are you much of a card player?
I'll play cards here and there, but I'm not really the card type of person.
Let's do 1 or 2 more questions for coach and student athletes. Any other questions? All right.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you guys.